has a very deep spiritual
show is where you are. And sorry, I had a little commentary in the back. Mm, mm, the universe is preparing me for a lot of stuff. The universe is preparing me. I'm being prepared. I am being prepared for a lot of stuff, people. And I've been. This is not something that's new. Absolutely not something that's new. But just, I guess I'm at this point where I could see better the fruition. Like, all of the parts are. What was I just fell? I don't even know. All of the parts are delicious to me. But I just been getting confirmation after confirmation, and I'm grateful for the confirmations that I'm getting. But I still ask for more because because what's the reason why? What is the reason why I be asking for more confirmations? I don't know. You know, I guess let me put it this way. Everything that I've ever asked for, I have. I have. And I am receiving. And as different things are manifesting in my life, um, until like, it's like, for example, I'm going to use this book for example, right? Just for an example. Let's say I heard about this book. Um, or even not even I've heard about this book. Let's say I described this book, right? Let's say I was having a moment um, with divinity, and I was just writing down in detail just the most amazing. I was writing this about this amazing book, right? And I was in very details with this book, and I didn't really discuss the cover of the book, with my details, but everything that's inside of the book, I wrote down into details, right? And then let's say I went to the library, right? And I picked this up. And I was like, oh, this is an attractive cover. Let me go inside. And I went inside and I started reading it. And I was like, oh, wow, this is exactly what I described. This is it. But I'm at the library, it's not mine. I'm borrowing it, So I'm admiring the content, and I'm like, oh my God, it's exactly. And again, this is just an example. This is exactly, and the universe is like, you can get you a copy, And then I go onto the website, and they're like, oh, it's not available right now, but you could prepay for it. And I'm like, okay, freaking, I want it so bad. I prepay for it, right? And they're like, oh, it's gonna take a while before it comes. And I'm just like, you sure this book is coming to me? You sure these people didn't scam me and just take my money and go back to the library? And like, I can't, of course, buy it from the library, But I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure? Again, example of where I'm at in my life right now. And the universe is giving me little clues along the way, like, it's coming, It's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. And the clues are coming from everywhere, and the confirmations are coming from everywhere. Like, it's coming, it's coming. But I'm still asking because I want to continue to ask. And again, if you're just coming in, I'm talking about an example of where I am in regards to manifesting everything that I've ever asked for in my life, in detail, and I'm using the book as an example. And, again, I'm getting the confirmations here and there, but I'm still asking until I physically have the book. I'm asking. And that's how I am right now in life. It's like, I know these things are coming and manifesting. I know. Oh my God, do I know? And I'm going to keep on asking because until I physically, you know, even though I feel and I see and I see the evolution of me, like today, let me explain to you how I even got on this outfit. This outfit was not put on for my podcast show. Often on Sundays, I do put on something for my podcast show because I'll be in the house and, I be commando style in the house because no little ones are here, you know, and so I have the freedom to be commando style, you know. And today, out of just nowhere, as I was halfway commando style, because I did have to go and get a package yesterday, so I put some clothes on, pajamas yesterday. I absolutely could not keep them on, all of them, you know. So I just had on half. It's a pair, that top and the bottom, and not. They're cute pajamas, you know. And sometimes cute pajamas are not extra comfy, you know. So yeah, the bottoms. I was like deuces to the bottoms, right? Went to sleep, woke up, still had on the top. And I was just la 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 la. And then just something just hit me like, I want to put on something nice and flowy. So that's what I did. And I'm still like commando style, sort of, not really exactly, but I'm free like that. The only difference is I put on something nice and flowy, you know? And I would stand up and show you guys, but maybe I'll do like a short or something like that because I gotta be cautious. I almost unintentionally showed all my goodies the other day, showing my food because I was standing in front of the pot and the pot had it's a steel pot where I caught my reflection in the middle of doing the film and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Any hoots. I got 5 minutes to showtime. I'm gonna interact a little bit over here because I'm doing this group 7 thing, you know, which is kind of cool. So that's what I'm doing right now. That's what I'm doing right now. He's finding Sophia James. I never even knew who Sophia James was. When I got introduced to this group 7 thing, it wasn't through her. But oh, she's in Wall Street filming. Oh, what a place to be. Good spot. She's downtown Manhattan filming. Good spot. So she's doing music. She's in one of my favorite spots, actually. That's a powerful ley line over there. I don't know if you guys are into ley lines, but that's a powerful ley line right there. And that's a heck of a space to do a video at. And she's doing an amazing job. All right. So now I know who Sophia James is. Oh, she's just in the city. I love it. So I don't know where I'm going to find her. Here it goes. I think I found it. Okay, so bear with me while I do this. She's just a week ago. Looks like she's in the airport. She got 1 million views on this. Okay, so you see me reaching. You know that I stream. Oh, it looks so ghetto like this, right? I'm not gonna be that ghetto. I got 3 minutes. This is a little ghetto too, but it's better than reaching over my arm all up in the camera. So group 7 is, oops. Group 7 is the next millionaires. So I'm hearing, that's what I've been hearing. That's what I've been hearing. I got 2 minutes. So group 7 is allegedly the next millionaires. Let's do it. Dude, we're gonna manifest. I think it's like a group manifestation that's going on. Let's do it. Like, thank you for the invite. I accept it. I just follow some more instructions this person made. Every time I come on TikTok, because you know I stream on TikTok and I also stream on YouTube. And every time I come on TikTok, I see group 7 stuff. So I'm like, okay, I must be part of it. Look at me. Look at me. Y'all seeing me? Because I'm seeing me. I'm seeing me. I'm seeing me. And yes, I still, like, the acne scars are fading. I have no makeup on. I have no makeup on. I should probably have some lip gloss on or something, but I have nothing on my lips at all. I am bare-faced, people, and my skin is clearing. The dark marks are going away. I have like an inner. I can see it in my eyes. I don't know if you guys can see it in my eyes, maybe because you don't see me all the time, and I do play with filters quite a bit. But there's a glow. There is a glow. There is a glow. There is a glow. And I wish I could say more, but I really can't. So I'm gonna just jump into my book now. Thank you for tuning in. It is Soulful Sundays, people. You know what the SupaTea podcast show is about. We are here. When I say we, I mean me and whoever's watching. We are here together. And what are we going to do? We are going to read some of Seed of the Soul. And I like to mirror this video up here, but I'm gonna just leave it the way it is now because I don't know who actually even watches in TikTok. But nonetheless, Seed of the Soul by Zari Zukav. And here at the SupaTea podcast show, this is a channel that promotes total health, mental, spiritual, and physical. And so, welcome into the SupaTea podcast show. We are almost complete with this book. And I don't know what our next book is going to be because I am strictly, everything I do is divine. So, divinity is what led me to this book, and divinity will continue to lead me and will lead me to the next book. So, this chapter, ooh, this is a good one. Power. My power, my power, my power. They feel away, oh ah. They feel away, oh ah. And manifestation is really you tapping into your own innate power, and just attracting and aligning with your heart's desires. So that's why I really enjoy the topic. I have a whole ebook on the topic. Ooh, look at my mole being so profound in YouTube. It's probably not as profound over there, but look at it. It's just like, hello, is it me you're looking for? Or am I just noticing it? Because I be just noticing everything. I don't know. Let's go. Let's continue. Chapter 15, power, people, power. What is the nature of power? What does it mean to be a truly powerful human being? Power is not the ability to exert your will upon another person. There's no inner security in that kind of power. That is an attribute of time, and as time changes, that changes too. Do you have a strong body that others cannot challenge? That will change. What will you do then? Do you have a physical beauty that can be used to influence others? That will change. What will you do then? Do you have a cleverness that maneuvers others? What happens when you get too tired to use it or you miss the opportunity? If you're not at home in the world, you live in the fear of one who can never truly relax and enjoy life. Is this power? There's no power in fear or in any of the activities that are generated by fear. There is no power in a thought form of fear, even if it's supported by armies. The armies of Rome disappeared more than a millennia ago, but the force of the life of a single human that Roman soldiers put to death continues to shape the development of our species. Who had the power? You are only as powerful as that for which you stand. Do you stand for more money in the bank and a bigger house? Do you stand for an attractive mate? Do you stand for imposing your way of thinking upon others? These are the stands of the personality seeking to satisfy its wants. Do you stand for perfection, for the beauty and compassion of each soul? Do you stand for the power of love? Oh, I definitely stand for the power of love and clarity of wisdom. Do you stand for forgiveness and humbleness? These are the stands of the personality that has aligned itself with its soul. This is the position of a truly powerful personality. Power is energy that is formed by the intentions of the soul. It is light shaped by the intentions of love and compassion, guided by wisdom. It is energy that is focused and directed towards the fulfillment of the task of the soul upon earth and the development of the personality as a physical instrument of the soul that is appropriate to those tasks. It is the force that shapes the illusion into the images of the soul that are creating it and not those of their personalities. What does that mean? There's a continual energy exchange between souls. This exchange is splintered. When the personality is splintered, energy power leaves a splintered personality through each of its different parts. If one part of you fears the loss of your job, and another fears the loss of a relationship, and another dreads confrontation with an unpleasant coworker, power flows from you without your conscious control. This is how the energy dynamics of an unempowered personality works. When energy leaves you in fear or distrust, it cannot bring you anything but discomfort or pain. When energy flows from your system in fear or distrust, you experience a physical feeling of pain or discomfort in the part of your body that is associated with the particular energy center that is losing power. When you fear for your ability to protect and care for yourself in the world, to pay your rent, for example, or to keep yourself safe from physical or emotional harm, when you see power as external and you feel that you do not have enough of it to ensure your well-being or your safety, you experience discomfort or pain in the area of your stomach, in the area of your solar plexus. What we call anxiety is the experience of power leaving through the energy center that is located in this area of the body. An anxiety attack is a massive loss of power from your system through this energy center. Power loses effect. Power losses affect the surrounding part of the body. Power loss through this center, for example, can cause indigestion. If it is chronic or acute, it can ulcerate the stomach. When you fear that your ability to love or be loved is threatened, when you fear, for example, expressing your own love or receiving love from another, you experience physical discomfort or pain in the region of your chest near your heart. What we experience literally as heartache is the experience of power leaving in fear or distress through this energy center. Have you lost a mate or a child or someone very dear to you? Sort through your experience. Determine what it is that you felt. You will discover that your body hurt, that you were in pain in the vicinity of your chest. This is the experience of power leaving through the energy center. That energy center. That is what a heartache is, the loss of power through your heart center. Chronic or acute loss of power through the heart center results literally in an attack of the heart. There is more to myocardial infarction, to heart attack, than cholesterol in the blood and other conditions of the physical system. Every distress and every dysfunction of the physical body, every illness can be understood in terms of power loss to an external circumstance or object through one or several energy centers within the body. You lose power when you rage against an injustice. You lose power when you are threatened by another person or other people. You lose power when you distance yourself from fellow humans out of resentment or bitterness or a sense of disappointment or unworthiness or superiority. You lose power when you long for something or someone, when you grieve, when you envy each other. Beneath all of these is fear. Fear that you are vulnerable, that you are not able to cope without the person or the situation that you miss, that you are at a disadvantage without that which you envy. You lose power whenever you fear. That is what a loss of power is. You do not stop losing power by refusing to recognize your fear, by anesthetizing yourself to what you feel. The road to authentic power is always through what you feel, through your heart. The way of the heart is one of compassion and emotional perception. Therefore, it is never appropriate to suppress an emotion or to disregard what you feel. If you do not know what you feel, you cannot come to know the splintered nature of your personality and to challenge those aspects and those energies that do not serve your development. By remaining in your power, you do not become a static energy system, one that hoards energy to itself. You become a stable energy system, capable of conscious acts of focus and intention. You become a magnet for those who are illumined and those who want to be. At issue is the manner in which energy flows from you. When energy leaves you in any way except in strength and trust, it cannot bring back to you anything but pain and discomfort. An authentically empowered human being, therefore, is a human being that does not release its energy except in love and trust. Welcome in? Got a few people sitting around. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What are the characteristics of an authentically empowered human being? An authentically empowered human being is humble. This does not mean the false humility of one who stoops to be with those who are below him or her. It is the inclusiveness of one who responds to the beauty of each soul, who sees in each personality and the actions of each personality the soul incarnate upon the earth. It is the harmlessness of one who treasures and honors and reveres life in all its forms. Are you concerned for the earth? It is the humble who have never harmed the earth. What does it mean to be harmless? It means being so strong that you don't need, well, let me start this over again. It means being so strong that you need not harm a creature. That is what it means. You are so able and empowered that the idea of showing power through harm is not even a part of your consciousness. Without genuine humility, you cannot have this kind of power because power leaves, excuse me, power leaves when you feel that the situation that you are in or the people that you are with do not command your respect. A humble spirit walks a familiar world. People are not strangers to it. They are its companions upon the earth. A humble spirit does not ask for more than it needs. And what it needs, the universe provides. Oh, yes, it does. A humble spirit is content with the fulfillment of its authentic needs. It is not burdened with artificial needs. Humble spirits are free to love and to be who they are. They have no artificial standards to live up to. They are not drawn to the symbols of external power. They do not compete for external power. This does not mean that they do not take pride in what they can do well or that they do not focus their efforts to produce the best that they can or are not spurred onward by their fellow humans when it is appropriate to the situation. To compete means to strive for something in company or together, to aim at something, to try to reach something, to seek after something with others. If the something that you aim for is prestige or notice or a gold medal instead of a tin medal, it is your personality that is motivating the competition. You are striving to empower yourself at the expense of others, to assert your superiority over another or over other human beings. You are striving for external power. By striving for this reward and that reward, you ask the world to assess and acknowledge your value because before, rather, you can value yourself. You place your sense of self worth in the hands of others. You have no power even if you win every gold medal that the world can produce. If what you seek is the joy of giving without reservation, of giving with purpose and joy and consciousness, all that you have to the effort that you and other souls are creating jointly, your competition is the expression of your soul. When the effort that finishes last in time has the same value as the effort that finishes first, when the quality of the immortal, timeless soul is honored instead of the time bound personality and body, when your giving is not impeded by fear of vulnerability, when the size or color or shape of what you receive or do not receive does not matter, you will know the power of a humble spirit. An authentically empowered person is one who forgives. Forgiveness is not a moral issue, it's an energy dynamic. When most people forgive, they do not want those that they forgave to forget that they forgave and forgot. This kind of forgiveness manipulates the person who is forgiven. It's not forgiveness, it's a means of acquiring external power over another. Forgiveness means that you do not carry the baggage of an experience. When you choose not to forgive, the experience that you do not forgive sticks with you. When you choose not to forgive, it's like agreeing to wear dark, gruesome sunglasses that distort everything. And it is you who are forced every day to look at life through those contaminated lenses because you have chosen to keep them. You wish everyone else to see the world rather that way because you wish to see the world that way. And it is indeed the world that you are looking at, but it is only you who sees it. You are looking through the lenses of your own contaminated love. Forgiveness means that you do not hold others responsible for your experiences. If you do not hold yourself accountable for what you experience, you will hold someone else accountable. And if you are not satisfied with what you experience, you will seek to change it by manipulating that person. Complaining, for example, is exactly that dynamic of wanting someone to be responsible for what you experience and to fix things for you. Complaining is a form of manipulation. But you are free to move beyond that into the next step, which is perception and sharing without manipulation. What is at stake is not your sharing, but the intention behind it. When complaining is used instead of sharing, that is what becomes negative, but not the sharing. It's how you cast the sharing or shape it before the intention with which you share. Before you share, ask yourself, what is my intention in sharing this? Am I looking for a particular response? Use this as a way of centering your attitude before committing energy to words. When you assume responsibility for what you experience and share what you experience in a spirit of companionship, that is the same as forgiveness. When you hold someone responsible for what you experience, you lose power. You cannot know what another person will do. Therefore, when you depend upon another person for the experiences that you think are necessary to your well being, you live continually in the fear that they will not deliver. The perception that someone else is responsible for what you experience underlies the idea that forgiveness is something that one person does for another. How can you forgive another person for the fact that you have chosen to step out of your power? When you forgive, you release critical judgment of yourself as well as of others. You lighten up. You do not cling to negative experiences that resulted from decisions that you made while you were learning. That is regret. Regret is the double negativity of clinging to a negativity. You lose power when you regret. If one person grieves at his or her experiences while another is able to laugh, that part right there. Who is lighter? Who is harmless? The heart that dances is the innocent heart. The one that cannot laugh is burdened. It is the dancing of the heart that is harmless. This does not mean that you do not learn from what you have experienced and apply that in each moment as you make your decisions. That is responsible choice. If you're doing all that you can to the fullest of your ability as well as you can, there is nothing else that is asked of a soul. An authentically empowered human being is clear in his or her perceptions and thinking. Clarity is the perception of wisdom. It is seeing with wisdom. It is being able to perceive and understand the illusion and to let it play. It is being able to see beyond the activities of the personality to the force of the immortal soul. It is being able to understand what it is that is striving to come into being, the health and integration of the personality, and the evolution of the soul. It is the ability to recognize non physical dynamics as they appear within the world of time and matter. It is understanding the laws of karma and attraction and their relationship to what you experience. It is being able to see the role of responsible choice and choosing accordingly in each moment. Clarity is the ability to see the soul in action in the physical world. It results from choosing to learn through wisdom instead of through fear and doubt. Clarity allows you to experience your fellow humans with compassion instead of with judgment. Can you not see the karma that another is creating for himself or herself by choosing the currents of anger or greed? Have you not made the same choices yourself? Have you not felt vulnerable? Have you not struck out at others? Clarity brings forth true compassion, the sharing of passion with others. It allows the energy of the heart to flow. Clarity turns pain into suffering. Clarity turns pain into suffering. It sees the dynamic of the personality that is the cause of the pain and the relationship of that dynamic and that experience to the evolution of the soul. It is the perception in each moment that everything is designed for wholeness and perfection, and every aspect serves ultimately a beautiful learning. An authentically empowered personality sees the perfection of each situation and each experience for the evolution of each soul and the maturation of each personality involved. It sees perfection in the smallest details everywhere. Wherever it looks, it sees the hand of God. Clarity evaporates fear. It allows you to choose the vertical path and to stay on it. I want to stop right there because I read a part that kind of made me raise an eyebrow or two. And that was when it says clarity turns pain into suffering. And I want to dive deeper into that. What I do believe that this author is conveying in that particular sentence is that um, there's more to pain. And clarity allows you to go deeper into the pain. And when you go deeper into the pain, you may feel it more momentarily. It may hurt more when you go deeper and you see the cause of the pain. What's an example? Somebody who you love who is acting out and their actions hurt you, right? But then you look deeper into their actions and you realize, oh, this person is also hurting within themselves. And because it's a loved one, you hurt momentarily more because it's not just their action, but it's the fact that your loved one is in pain that may cause you even more pain. So that's you going deeper into it. However, you don't stay there. You know, you recognize what it is, and then you're able to offer compassion. You're able to offer forgiveness. And again, that forgiveness is you not carrying the burden of that pain and that hurt. You learning your choices, you taking responsibility for your choices in your experience. What can you change? And it may be that you change keeping company with this person while they're healing, even though you may want to be there. But if it is causing you too much pain and you see a pattern of that, then you can make a choice to be responsible for yourself and say, listen, I love this person, but I have to love me and I have to separate from this person. And again, this is just an example of what I believe the author is conveying when they say clarity turns pain into suffering, because that particular paragraph goes on to say it sees the dynamic of the personality that is the cause of the pain. So the author is explaining how you don't just feel the effect of the pain, but you see deeper. And that's where I think the connection into suffering, because sometimes the deeper you go into the pain and the reason of the pain, you will feel more of it. And feeling more of pain is suffering. However, you continue to move through it. And then you can see how wholeness and perfection could come out of whatever the pain is or the painful experience is. So I just wanted to go back and clarify that because when I first read the sentence, I was like, I don't know if you caught my facial expression, but I was like, what? I had to read it again, like, what? But I'm going to continue to the next paragraph, and I'm going to start the next paragraph over again. Clarity evaporates fear. It allows you to choose the vertical path and to stay on it. It allows you to understand the dynamics beneath your addictions, what your addiction serves and how they operate, and to make the choices that will disempower them and empower you. It allows you to challenge not merely a force that you do not understand, such as attraction to alcohol or a drug or indiscriminate sex, but a dynamic that you understand in terms of its causes and its effects. It allows you to choose consciously and to know why you are choosing as you do. Clarity allows you to see the world of physical matter for what it is, a learning environment that is created jointly by the intentions of the soul that share it. Therefore, it allows you to recognize the effects of the intentions that shape the personal reality of each human at work at levels of reality that are created jointly. It allows you to see, for example, the extent to which relationships between nations have been shaped by the energy of the personality, and to the extent to which they have been shaped by the energy of the soul. And to recognize that the energy of the soul is entirely lacking at this level and at most others. Clarity allows you to see that the decision making process within the human condition is linked to the evolution of others. And in that way, it allows you to see that you participate in the evolution of joint energy dynamics, such as the archetypes, the collective human idea of sacred partnership, male, female, wife, and priest, through the decisions that you make. It allows you to see that your contribution to the evolution of your soul is precisely the decisions that you make at each moment, and that those decisions are embodied in the physical reality that you share with your fellow humans. An authentically empowered person lives in love. Love is the energy of the soul. Love is what heals the personality. There is nothing that cannot be healed by love. There is nothing but love. Love is not a passive state, it's an active force. It is the force of the soul. Love does more than bring peace where there is conflict. It brings a different way of being in the world. It brings harmony and an active interest in the well being of others. It brings concern and care. It brings light. It washes away the concerns of the personality. In the light of love, there is only love. There is a relationship between love and power, and the transformation of the quality of experiences that occur within the Earth School as a whole. The type of power that you're trying to transform in yourself is the type of power that needs to be transformed in general upon the Earth. There are numerous human beings who are drawn to violence, violent fantasies, and violent acts. Most of them essentially center in the fact that the individual himself or herself feels powerless. That's what I've been telling you guys about Mr. Orange, my personal friends. Maybe I need to talk more. I've mentioned it here and there on my channel. But Mr. Orange is afraid, okay? Mm-hmm. And victimized. And we know that he was victimized from a little boy. We know that he was abused and victimized from a little boy. When has he had the opportunity to heal and deal with those things? When? I should say when has he had the opportunity, because he has the opportunity now. But when has he? His actions make it very clear. His choices make it very clear. And those around him that co-sign with bad choices and decisions that he makes it very clear. I guarantee you, if we were to sit down and talk to every one of those multi-billionaires, they went through some type of abuse. They went through some type of trauma. And it probably was not after they became adults. It probably stemmed from their childhoods, from parents that was neglectful and maybe perhaps tried to band-aid everything with a money or a gift instead of actually listening to them, with parents who were physically abusive to them, verbally abusive to them, talking down to them, doing all type of sorts of stuff. And probably some of them even face sexual abuse. You think these predators just wake up and they're like, oh, I want to be a predator on somebody. No. I really, truly, honestly feel that 9 out of 10 predators were predated, and that's probably not a word, but were victims of predators themselves. Because where did they learn the behavior from? Where did they learn it from? So when we look at these things, instead of, oh, they're so horrible, oh, they're so this, oh, they're so that, why are they that way? How could they be better? How could they change? Instead of, oh, they ain't never going to do it. They ain't never going to do it. Hey, you are now projecting your own limitations when you're saying somebody's never going to do something. When you look at somebody who is hurt and is making harmful actions towards another, and you look at them and you say they ain't never going to change, it's because you don't feel like you never going to change from who you are. You're projecting you onto them. Because they can change. It's natural to change. And instead of condemning them, we can be praying for their healing. We can be praying for them to become whole. And even though we have absolutely no control over those people becoming whole, we only have control over ourselves. As we work on ourselves, as we become whole, as we become better individually, it's easier for us to pray for somebody else's wholeness versus condemning them. Let me get back to the book, though. Let the author explain it. There is a relationship between love and power and the transformation of the quality. Let's go back. I'm going to go back to this paragraph above. Love is not a passive state. It is an active force. It is the force of the soul. Love does more than bring peace where there's conflict. It brings a different way of being in the world. It brings harmony and an active interest in the well-being of others. It brings concern. It brings care. It brings light. It washes away the concerns of the personality. In the light of love, there is only love. There is a relationship between love and power and the transformation of the quality of experiences that occur within the Earth School on a whole. This type of power that you are trying to transform in yourself is the type of power that needs to be transformed in general upon the earth. There are numerous human beings who are drawn to violence, violent fantasies, and violent acts. Most of them essentially center in the fact that the individual himself or herself feels powerless within themselves and they feel victimized. And therefore, they want to live for a brief period of time with one other human being, a sense of being empowered. But there's no genuine power to be found in that area. It is through the evolution of your own consciousness, through focusing on more and more empowered choices that you create the distance that is necessary between you and your negative emotions and heal yourself in such a way that violence no longer asserts itself. To heal violence, there must be love. Love is the energy of the soul, and therefore the experience of giving and receiving love, of living a life of love, fulfills the personality. Excuse me. It is something that the personality continually reaches for. Reaching for love unconsciously can produce anger and fear. This happens when the personality does not see clearly what it is reaching for, which is the case with addiction. If you reach for an addictive sexual relationship, for example, you are reaching for love. It is the illusion that you think that you're reaching for something so manly or womanly, but you're reaching for love. But you will not admit it and will not deal with it. So there's an anger within you because there's a level of energy and emotion that longs to be born, but is never given an outlet. It is emotionally, spiritually impossible to have a sexual connection with a human being and not ignite certain emotional patterns. But they are a continual dead end street when there is no relationship or true emotional feelings to go with the act. Therefore, there's a level of brutality, frustration, and eventually emotional disease, which results in physical illness and breakdown because a significant pattern is being tremendously abused. Remember, you do not get what you ask for. Asking for love is asking for the energy of the soul. It brings with it a genuine concern for the other. You cannot prey upon someone whose well-being is in your heart. When you seek to impose your intelligence or your way of seeing upon another, you are reaching for love, but you are routing your reach, so to speak, through the wants of your personality. You are seeking external power. There is only emptiness there. When you seek to dominate another, you dominate no one but disempower yourself. The less empowered you feel, the more you feel a need to control that which is external. The loving personality seeks not to control, but to nurture, not to dominate, but to empower. Love is the richness and fullness of your soul flowing through you. Humbleness, forgiveness, clarity, and love are dynamics of freedom. They are the foundations of authentic power. That is the end of that chapter right there. The next chapter is going to be trust. How timely! Ooh, How timely, how timely, how timely. That is the completion of that chapter. And hey, I see somebody is chilling out up in the TikTok streets with me. If you see me looking down, it's because I'm also streaming on my other platform on my tablet. So I'm looking at this camera when I'm looking down, and when I'm looking up, I'm looking at the other camera. So I got TikTok above and YouTube below. Um, those words are just so accurate, and I feel the author did a very good job in describing true power. And so this message, this episode, I want to dedicate this episode. I want to dedicate this episode to the current administrator of the United States of America. People have a lot of different nicknames for this person, but nonetheless, I want to dedicate this particular episode to him and to his friends, to all his buddies, to his friends. My sincere intention is that they see this, or well, not even that somebody that they know sees it, that they see it. They see it, and it touches something within them that brings on a curiosity of beginning to heal and forgive those who have been abusive to them when they were children, those who were abusive to them in their adolescence, forgive themselves for displaying those behaviors onto others and seeking external power, because there's so much more power to have and to hold internally. To be able to rest without drugs or liquor, or just be able to just comfortably rest your mind, rest at peace, rest without fear, rest without feeling like a victim. Be at peace in everything you do, everywhere you go. Don't feel like, oh, somebody out to get me, somebody about to retaliate on me, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta da 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 da. To just be free. You can experience that in this lifetime. You can experience that while still experiencing your human being, by still being a human being. You can still experience this. And I feel like everybody should. Everybody should. Everybody should. Everybody should. So, to the collective and to those individuals who I am particularly intending, or not even intending, dedicating this episode to, power. I want us all to be empowered, truly empowered, not externally empowered, internally empowered, empowered within ourselves, whole within ourselves, healed within ourselves, aligning our personalities with our souls. I have a saying, and it's that happy, healthy people create a happy, healthy world together. And we do. So let's do it. Things are not going to change by themselves. We have to change ourselves. And we have to have compassion for those who have not perhaps reached that level. We don't know how deep pain goes, And this is coming from a brown woman here in America. So a little bit of y'all know how deep possibly minds go. It goes generations and generations and generations and generations. Generations of hurt and trauma and abuse and pain. Generations. But I'm here putting a stop. Boop! It stops here. It stops with me. And what I did not know before, I know now. So should I, because I still got some active ovaries. Should I have another child? Or two. I'm not going no more than two. Two is the max. And if I have another one or two, they will have a whole different experience than the other ones that came through me, because I still was a child myself when I had my first child. That's the reality of it. I was 15. I was not an adult. I wasn't even able to legally do anything. I couldn't even legally get a place. And I tried. Okay? I definitely tried. They was like, ma'am, you are not 18. The best we could do for you is send you to foster care with your baby. You could not get an apartment. Come back in 3 years. Real talk. So I've experienced pain and trauma and abuse. So I'm not speaking from a speculative point of view. I'm speaking from a real point of view. And I cannot compare my pain to Donald Trump's pain and abuse that he experienced as a child. But I can speak from the pain that I experienced as a child and the abuse that I experienced as a child and the abuse that continued from my childhood to my adolescence to my early young adult years until in my 30s. I got to a point and I was like, hold up, wait a minute. There was no band-aids to put on the abuse. There was nothing to distract me from the abuse. There was just straight reality. And I had to go within myself and seek answers and solutions for things I had just could not understand. I could not understand how I can give birth to these beautiful children, healthy children, both. My son, 9 pounds, and what was he, 9? He was 9 pounds, 1 ounce. My daughter, 8 pounds, 12 pounds. I mean, 12 ounces, both healthy, strong. And I'm in an abusive marriage, though. And then my youngest child just, one day she's here, next day she's gone in her sleep. Like nothing even, it was tragic that she was gone. But nothing, it wasn't like a car hit or, it was just, she's here and now she's gone. And then to wait, like I had to wait 6 weeks to find out why she was even gone. Do you know what those 6 weeks was like to me? Do you know the pain I went through? And then even if after I had the definition, it wasn't like the pain just was like, psh, gone. So when I speak on healing, when I speak on wholeness, when I'm being goofy and I'm expressing um, the expressions of an evolved personality, it's because I have went through certain things. It's not just speculation. It's not me just reading a book and talking about what this book is saying. When I get excited somewhere in the book, it's because I'm living. I have lived through it. So I can resonate with what they're saying. It's not just a speculation. It's an actualization. My healing and my wholeness is an actualization of me aligning with my soul. And I'm still growing, people. Because as that chapter that I just read about power leaving, yeah, a lot has left in the past. But now I'm reclaiming, and so now those splinters are not there. Those splinters have now come together. They have become whole. But there are still things that I need to do. Because those splinters coming together and me being whole doesn't mean, the neglect and abuse has no effect. Because after others did it, because it was so common to me, I was doing it to myself. I wasn't exercising, I wasn't stretching, I wasn't moving like I should have been moving to have healthy mobility. And then at one point when I wasn't abstinent, I was looking for love in all the wrong places. Yeah. So I can relate to a lot of that chapter. A lot of what it is to feel victimized and to be hurt and abused and to be looking for external power. And a lot of coming into my internal power. Because when you come into your internal power, your true power, you literally see things, do things completely different. I've been abstinent. I've lost track of how long I've been abstinent for. but it's about 3 years. It's about 3 years of abstinence, and I was corrected because I was for a long time saying I was celibate, but I'm not. That is not the proper word. A sister on TikTok had to pull my coattail. Please always pull my coattail. If you see your sister, correct the sister. I accept constructive criticism. I am serious about being better and better me. Okay? And if you see me, correct me, okay? Correct me. She was like, it's a difference. She was like, celibacy is for life. I was like, oh no, that's not me. Oh no, it's impossible. I got I had 2 children, and yeah, like I said, I got some eggs, and I will have some more if that is what's in the divine plan for me. And I've been abstinent. I've been abstinent for a few years, okay, but I will do it again. And I have done it. So I'm not celibate. So she had to correct me, and I had to be like, oh, let me stop saying that because that might be what's stopping the action for me. I gotta, I gotta, I didn't, I'm gonna say, I got my eye on somebody. And they definitely got their god dang on eye on me. They old slick behind self. They slick in a good way, but they slick in a good way. They snuck up on me. They snuck up on me. And that's a hard thing to do because I can feel energy. So for a mama to sneak up on me, it's like, oh, you must be my motherfucker. I must be your motherfucker. You must be my motherfucker. Cause how the fuck you sneak up on me? And I ain't know. You just right there, just right there, just right the fuck there. Anyway, though, I love it. I love the whole experience. I love where I am in life, and I love the opportunity to be able to share on these platforms with the world and give you a little peek into my world. And my intention is always to inspire and to uplift and to remind you of how excellent and magnificent you are. So tap in and tune in to your own soul and grow and blossom and be your authentic, empowered self. Heal, do the work. It's so worth it. Yes, it may hurt a bit. I'm not gonna say, oh, it's gonna feel so great. It hurts just to do stretches. Oh, 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 okay. But it's worth it. Keep at it, because over time it gets better. And that's the goal, to get better. So get better and be better, people. So we're not like, what's the world coming to? No, what do we want the world to come to? What do you want the world to come to? What do you want your world to come to? Make it happen by starting with yourself. Thank you so much for tuning into the SupaTea podcast show. It is a pleasure and an honor to be of service in this way to you all. Peace.